NEX Esports in a perfect game, 7-0, and with several perfect rounds as well. Actually, not even losing any members in a lot of those rounds and just completely wiping the floor. There were a lot of, I mean, like, we even saw Healthcare pick up his second ace for the Pro League so far. Xavier Esports are definitely coming in big, but now we are into the picks and bans. Neon. I'm not surprised that Jackal got banned.
Yes, we only saw the one round of Xavier on attack, but Healthcare got a 4K with Jackal, so it's not not unexpected, especially on Bank. Jackal is very impactful, just with the size of the map.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Kavera is not an operator we do see on Bank because it's too big, but Jackal, in reaction to most roamers, should be able to pick up a lot of footprints. It is a bigger map. It's hard to find footprints, but at the same time, it should be able to flush anyone out, and it's gonna make it. Well, it's an easy map to rotate around, I suppose, but now that we're seeing Nomad being banned out, it's even easier.
Yes, and a smoke ban. So that is interesting from Xavier. We do say that Xavier have been doing some interesting bans. We saw the Thatcher and the Alla ban. So this is obviously targeted at the downstairs hold, just to stop some of that anti-plant utility that a lot of the anti-plant utility smoke brings. And Echo also being banned by NEX is a bit more of that anti-plant utility gone. So on that downstairs, it'll be a lot easier to get a plant. You only got to watch out for C4s and Maestro caps.
I mean, Valkyrie's still on the board. I'd be surprised if she wasn't picked up for a site like CCTV and Lockers, but they will be going the Mozzie, the Legion, Kaid, and the Mute, and the Jaeger. Lion being picked up is not a surprise, in all honesty. Oh, you're gonna swap off the Lion? Oh,
here we go. First time.
Lock it in. Scatman, lock it in. Yes, there we go.
First time Monty doesn't get banned all night, and first round he gets played. So we're going to be downstairs here, and apart from the Mozzie, there is no real intel from the next lineup, which is very interesting. Especially for downstairs. There's no Maestro cams, there's no Velt cams, and there's no pulse. So it'd be interesting to see how this goes down for NEX.
Yeah, we do usually see a pulse. Ooh, come on, Pew Pew. Put it down. I want to see where you put your piss, so I can use it in my next rank game. I mean, what?
Gotta use those rank strats.
I mean, I want to use it for intel purposes for my next cast. Kirisaku will be walking through as well. Does help with the hatches and rotates back to site. Warbuck with the Capcan is a surprising pick for me.
Yeah, the Capcan was 6 picked onto, but looks like Pewpew's going to be going for a run out here. We did see this run out.
Oh no!
Almost gets his head taken off. We did see that run out in the major qualifiers for ANZ last night. I believe by someone on Oddity. I cannot recall. But look, didn't work out, and it looks like it's going to be a service take, which isn't anything out of the ordinary, especially with a Montaigne.
Oh, I feel like he's holding on to that angle a little bit too long. Like, Colas takes quite a bit of damage. So he took 10 from the initial, then he took 2 ticks of 8. That's what, 26 damage, and he's not healthy. He's going to get Scatman is going to get surrounded. He's got goo mines all over him now as well. He can't push up too much without copping a little bit more damage than he hoped for. Kirisaku's concussed. Mistakers is concussed like crazy. He's going to go... Oh, no! Like, Colas picks up Scatman. There goes their shield. Unfortunately, that is always a common casualty with shield operators, especially a Monty himself.
Yes, there is one player of Xavier above, but they need to get some pressure on these blue stairs ASAP, because if they're all pushing through this tunnel entrance, there's 3 of them there. I mean,
Hibana should be the one upstairs right now pushing through, but it looks like a Thatcher upstairs actually trying to get that
healthcare.
Yeah.
It looks like he was already on those blue stairs. Yeah, he is. He's got to watch out for Legion traps, but he might catch the Legion off guard. He's just around this corner. The Legion is as the flashbangs come in. It's going to be Lycolas pushing in. He's going to do the pre-fire, but no. Pewpew's going to get healthcare as Lycolas goes down.
Oh, no.
Hajime also goes down. It's all up to produce a boom here. And he's going to get the first one on the Warbuck. This is possible. He's just very low health. He's going to know he's not going to get sick. He's going to take that out. And there we go. NEX winning the first round.
And a very, very aggressive, unexpected round from NEX. So definitely their map. They did pick this site after all. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it was just, the Xavier attack was so one-dimensional, you know. They had, at the start of the round, they had 4 players trying to push in through that tunnel. And, you know, you saw, they got cramped up, like Hollis TK, Scatman. And
Ooh. Yeah, I mean...
It was just too cramped for them. You know, we saw Healthcare, I believe it was, on the Thatcher trying to push down those stairs, but, you know, it was too late. They'd already lost 2 players, and he ended up dying out before he could get the kill anyway, so... we'll see how they go on this CEO office take, but Xavier not looking as good as they did on Clubhouse. They're looking a bit, you know, one-dimensional, as I said.
Yeah, actually, I take that. Retract what I said before. This is Xavier's map, and like you said, they weren't expecting that, and I feel like Xavier's brains just stopped working midway. Like they had all the traction. They have been the smartest team so far. Apart from, of course, Aerowolf, who have proven to just outsmart them back and forth, but it just felt like all they could think about was pushing really aggressively. I felt like Producer Broom should have rotated way earlier and actually just secure that hatch and made it harder for them to defend. But because they didn't, and because I think the Kaid made it really hard for them. I mean, the EMP could have changed that, but nothing was done about it. You know, they had so many options available to them, but they didn't capitalize. They didn't make something happen. They just kind of decided that, you know what, we're gonna win our gunfights, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, look, it's interesting what happened. They were just trying to win those gunfights, as you said, and didn't work out for them. And the shield didn't work for them, but they're bringing it again. Scatman once again on the shield, and we'll see how he goes here as they're going to be attacking the top floor site.
Oh, there we go. It does look like they are going to put down a little bit of hailfire just over some of these guys and maybe bring in some... Ooh, that's an interesting Evil Eye. It's not going to be able to deny a plant, but it will provide a lot of information in a very forward position.
Yes, and there are 2 players off site. Sorry, at least 2 players off site, as the Valkyrie was down in Archives with the Jaeger down in the basement. So it'll be interesting to see how these plays go. I'd like to see where Xavier are going to push this. Looks like they might be trying to push this main lobby. We do see an Evil Eye there has been supported out and disabled. As we see a second Evil Eye down that elevator hallway, as Pew's going to take down Producer Boom. That is the Capitao off the board. He's taken Pew down very low, down to 5 health, but, you know, Capitao off the board, all that utility, and he's going to get even more aggressive here, pushing up these Skylight stairwells. She's going to be sitting here, but he could get one more kill here, and oh no, Hajime is going to catch him out, so 1-for-1 trade, but I reckon NEX will take that every day of the week, taking out that Capitao before he's used any of his utility.
Yeah, Warbark is in a pretty different spot. I mean, we've seen people defend it quite a lot, and the impact trick will not be successful this time. Scatman eyes one out. Kaid has his ACOG set on him while Minimouse tries to rotate through. Maybe he's going to be able to pick up a C4 from the bottom up. I'm not sure, but he's definitely on that backside now. He's pushing right through. Oh, with an interesting counter on the Rappel. Minimouse picks up a kill, but Scatman picks one up to refrag just in case. Doesn't take any damage with the wiggle as well, and it does look like he should be able to push up a little bit more aggressively. Hajime picking up another kill as he pushes on through with a little bit more aggression. He should be able to get that plant down sooner or later. No diffuser on them just right now. I take that back. It looks like they have to push for kills. 2-2 right now, 2-1, and Hajime picking up Kirisaku. It does look like Warbark has to turn around and flick, but it's unsuccessful. Scatman bop with that kill on the hipfire. That's rude, man. Oh, boo.
Yeah, it's Xavier. They looked in trouble early. Lost a couple of players, including Healthcare early. I don't think Healthcare's got a kill yet. But Hajime and Scatman getting the kills done for their team worked out for them, as we're going to see CEO coming out once again. Next, they're looking a lot better on bank. That's all I'm going to say. As we see, the Capitao is actually going to be 6 picked off onto the IQ. As we saw last round, the Capitao taken out early. No utility damage done. No utility used at all. And a 6-pick onto the Legion off the Jaeger. So they're not too worried about any grenades or flashbangs coming in. And, you know, Lycolis, with those concussions, could do a bit of damage, but nothing major.
Nothing major at all, and it does look like an even matchup so far, but I'm sure it could actually swing back in the way for Xavier. Next, we're doing some pretty interesting stuff, but I don't know why. I don't know who it was dangling from the lobby window rappels. That was. I mean, there are times I see things I don't normally see at all, but what was that? Who does that? That's like rappelling down the consulate spiral stairs skylight.
Yeah, there's a reason you don't see that one. It's because it's not recommended. I don't know who it was, but yeah, they got absolutely shredded. Scatman was able to refrag that straight away, but look, it was a few interesting plays coming out from Xavier, as they're looking a little less comfortable on this map when compared to Clubhouse.
Yeah, well, I mean, so far it's been a pretty even matchup, frag wise as well as strategy, as well as it revolves on strategy. Scatman's back on the Monty 3 rounds in a row now. And it does see that Warbuck has been placing down his evil eye, and he's always on that Maestro and the Alda. It's obviously his favorite operator. I'm not surprised why. The Alda is one of the best guns in the game, if not one of the best guns in defense, if you ask me. Pew Pew with a nice kill with the T5 SMG. Producer Boom goes down, and that's their IQ. So he's gonna be safer. Oh, it was definitely like Colas the second time.
It was like Colas last round, wasn't it?
It was.
Oh, and Pew Pew, beautiful kill onto Hajibang. And he's getting onto healthcare. This man is insane.
Oh,
he does finally get shut down by Lycolis, but 3-4 Pew Pew there on the Legion. Where was this next on the map? What number 1?
Well, nowhere to be seen. I think this was.
Lycolis.
I think that was their warm up. Lycolis, please punish him for that.
It's only him and Monty. Just jump out the window.
This is interesting though. If he can pull this off, it's gonna change the meta for sure. Like they're gonna be able to change this around a little bit. Scatman takes a little bit of damage from that, but he's not gonna be able to see anyone anytime soon. They're gonna be, if he starts firing bullets, they won't know where he is for the longest time.
Yeah, and he's gonna push all the way down. The way that he was holding that would have been difficult for the Valkyrie to kill. As Valk's gonna push up and Minimax is gonna miss some of the shots, but you know, puts Lycolis down to half health, and it's actually gonna be Minnie Mouse and Kirisaku getting the last 2 kills, and that's NEX winning a second round and putting them up 2 rounds to 1. And yeah, look, Xavier looking a little bit lost here on this map.
Oof. I feel like Xavier aren't having a good time. This would be tilting for them if anything, but I don't want to use that term just lightly. That's what it would be for most other players, but NEX are still a breed apart, but than most other challenger teams that are in here in the league. But Xavier definitely should be 1 tier up on that. They're bringing in the Frost. No? The Jaeger.
I think the Frost might have been an auto pick because they ran out of time. Either that or it was a last second pick.
You should always have your roster predetermined.
Yeah. I think they're trying to change it up a little bit. They did bring the Valkyrie this time for the downstairs. But I'm not sure, you know, Xavier are going to be the ones that have to change it up here, as they got absolutely destroyed last time they tried to push this site. I do expect them to try and do something a little bit different, but they're not bringing the Habana or a Maverick to open the hatches. So it looks like they're going to go for the same kind of strategy, taking that servers, which last time did not work out for them at all.
Oh, Minnie Mouse is going to be putting a couple of cameras over by the garage and try to hold that for as long as he possibly can, checking for any drones underneath the vans, and Warbark is creating as many rotations as possible. So like I said before, this is a map where you can just rotate through the site 1 floor over the next really quickly and in great and easy succession. succession there. But it's no surprise that Scatman is still on that Monty. It's just working out way too well for them. But at the same time, it's not enough, you know?
Yeah, it's not working out for them as well as they expect, I don't think. And I think I'm not sure if, they're playing it just because it's not banned and they're used to it being banned so much, as they're going for the same strategy here. But this time there's only 2 players down in that dirt tunnel by the looks of it, and it was Scatman and Lycolis, as the impact they going to do 0 damage or maybe 1 damage there to Scatman. He does have Lycolis behind him. Was that one of Lycolis' impacts? Possibly,
yes,
as we see.
I think it definitely was, just from the sound of the lifeline itself. Yeah, as we can see here, 1 impact has been used. He still has 2 concussions, and impact gets thrown onto Scatman. He takes a little bit of damage as well, but he's still safe. He takes a little bit more, a little bit less than before. But it does look like with the EE1D and the Thatcher with an action roll coming through, it does look like Lycolis is looking to pick up 1 kill, but Kirisaku refrags, and it does look like Scatman has to push on back. They miss the shots into his feet, but it looks like Mistakers gets taken down by Healthcare, while Kirisaku picks up a double kill as well, right back on him. So fantastic job, and unfortunately Scatman's not able to refrag or do too much or turn too fast with that shield deployed.
Yeah, Kirisaki's got himself 3, but it looks like Hajime's going to get himself a free kill there onto Pew Pew from the hatch, and Producer Boom knows that Minnie Mouse is on these stairs. Not sure if Minnie Mouse knows that Producer Boom's there, but Diffuser has been dropped over the Kurisaki. As no, Minnie Mouse was not aware, but the shot's going to come out. No, Producer Boom's going to take down Minnie Mouse, so it's going to have to be up to Kirisaku. He's going to have to ace this round. Got himself 3 already, and it's definitely doable here. He's still got about 80% of his health, 75, sorry. But they do know where he is. He's going to be peeking everything, though.
Yeah, he will be peeking everything, and they are playing very aggressively. They reload, and they try to hold this one out. They have to push on in, and 2 men pushing through will not be enough. Kirisaku gets taken on. Xavier Esports win round 4.
Yes, Xavier, once again, not overly convincing, I don't think, on that round. They did change up a little bit. They had Healthcare push down those blue stairs a lot quicker, got himself a double kill. But yeah, my Englishing is not working at the moment.
Same.
It's too late. It's too late, but yeah, it's still that Montaigne's continuing to try and contest Kirisaku. Just got outplayed there, and Kirisaku got himself a triple kill just behind those server racks. What I would have liked to see was the Capitao being brought, and they're doing that this round. That's what they needed to do last round to clear out the player behind servers.
No, sorry, you denied. Lion's more important than utility.
Yeah, why would you need a Capitao to clear out the problem area? For both the other rounds that you've played there. When you can just
bring a Lion, just press a button and get some kills.
Just stand still, guys.
Stand still. The solution to all your Lion needs. I don't think the setup's going to be too different this time around. Coming up from NEX, they are still doing well downstairs. It was still good last round, but I feel like the players inside the site got taken out a bit too easily. Maybe Lion was the case, maybe it wasn't. I can't really say for sure. But what I do know is that I feel like there wasn't enough presence upstairs. They're making all these rotations here, right? They're opening all these hatches, but they're not in place to use them. And you're not in place to actually defend from those areas. So surely they should be able to bring something very different. And they're waiting for the EMPs to go down. But Minnie Mouse will be taking out a drone and rotating through the open area.
Yeah, so last round we saw Warbark upstairs get taken down from this exact position that Healthcare is on at the moment. Don't think he'll do it again, but Scatman, once again carrying this diffuser, it's the exact same setup by NEX, and I don't think that's a problem because this has been working from NEX. Like last time, I think they got a 3-for-2 trade on this spot, or a 3-for-3 trade, which they would take. Kirisaku doing a lot of damage here, but Healthcare is going to be aggressing in on that Skylight as he did last time. So are they going to be outshot there on those Romans? Because there are 2 of them still there.
An interesting an interesting decision from Lycolos to actually rotate out of there. He's gone through and he's just like, you know what, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Scatman can just hold it and draw all the attention while I push from another location. Probably the most prudent idea right now, but Warbark upstairs actually being aggressive like I was hoping he would be. Actually playing upstairs, trying to hold a top-down position. Maybe a late flank if he can catch a couple of drones. Not sure. The drone hunter himself surely has his pests hanging around somewhere, but maybe they've been taken up by the EMP. The EE1D comes out. They are pushing and they catch a couple of pings just right now, but Producer Boom is having an easy time pushing through the garage so far. I don't think there's too much surveillance down there.
No, there might be a Velk cam out there, as it looks like Healthcare does take out Warbark.
What?
Warbark had jumped out that window. I'm not sure if he's going for a flank as Hajime gets down Mini Mouse. That's a 2-man advantage here for Xavier, and they've still got a minute to play with. They are going to be aggressing very hard here under Mistaken. They're going to flash him out, and Hajime's going to get himself a second kill, so now they've got a 3-man advantage. All up to Pew Pew and Kirisaku, as he's actually going to be down and finished off by Scatman, so it's all up to Pew Pew here, and he's going to be finished off by Producer Boom. That's the Xavier we're used to. Flawless round for them.
There you go. Professor Xavier and his men proving to be the team to pull out this many flawless rounds in any matchup so far. Maybe we'll see more of this later in the season. I mean, I'm pretty excited to see more of that. It's a one-sided affair, but it's exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, and NEX they've looked a lot better on this map. Obviously, they've got themselves 2 rounds, but we don't know what their defenses would have been like on Clubhouse. Because we only saw that one round where Healthcare got himself a 4K. Healthcare, it was Healthcare got himself a 4K. So we don't have much to go on about how good their defenses would have been, and if they had a couple more rounds, would have they shown up and done better on the defenses. So this round, starting on this time, they started on the defenses for this map, and they've got themselves 2 rounds, and possibly a 3rd here, as they're going to lockers for a 4th time here. So they have won this once and lost it twice, and looks like they are slightly changing the strategies up here, bringing the Vigil.
They're just an interesting operator to see come into the Pro League this often, so it allows them to secure a good flank if he can stay hidden well enough and for long enough. But more often than not, you do see a lot of high-level teams actually go through and do joint roam clears before they actually attack the site, and they spend a good amount of time on that. And if he can stay hidden, he should be able to waste their time and make it harder for them to actually attack and open the site up and get the plant down. However, it does also mean that he does sometimes telegraph his position because of the nature of his ability.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen Xavier doing too much of a heavy roam clear. We've seen Healthcare upstairs as this Legion Mine has been spotted out here, possibly, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, we've seen Healthcare kind of solo entering upstairs, so if they can take him out as he's been entering the same way, and Scatman having a lot of difficulty here. But he's the only one in this tunnel this time, as Lycolos has going to be, nope, as I say that, where's Lycolos going? He's going to go help out in the tunnel. As Hajime is going to be droning out this top, looking for any roamers, as there is one upstairs. I believe that will be Pew Pew.
Producer Boom downstairs, keeping an eye on the drones, just in case someone rotates through, and maybe he might be able to pick up a kill that way on that rotation. Warbark is unbothered over by the open area, and they are pushing through with that Monty yet again. So that same distraction. Okay.
I was just about to say they had everyone off site basically, and Producer Boom has made his way on site. Diffuser is also down there in Lycolos. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to get planted.
It's over by the garage. They only have one guy in, and Lycolos is going to push through. They're going to just leave him and just get that plant down over by the archives, and that's going to be the hardest site to actually take back. So they do pick that one up, and they have the claymores in sight as well. This is crazy. How did you get on site that easily? NEX, what are you doing? Warbarks has to rotate through and push that up, but the Monty's still there, and Kirisaku's not going to get that kill anytime soon. Warbark picks up a double kill, and he might be able to get this diffuser down, but he's pinned, and he's not in a great position. He has to rotate out of there, flips the magazine, and he picks up a third for himself. Will he be able to pick up this ace? One more pushing through, and he's prone, flips another magazine through, and he vaults right in. He has the Monty right on his back, and he might be able to get the kill here, but he gets caught on the rotation hole. Healthcare saves the round. Warbark almost saving that one out.
Yes, and as I was just about to say that there's no one on site because I saw that there were 3 Romans and 2 in servers. Healthcare was on. Yeah, no, not healthcare. Who was it? Producer Boom was on site as that line. So interesting play there from NEX. They obviously hadn't seen or didn't think that there was going to be a push through garage, but you know it happened. And
I mean, you have to always expect the push through garage.
Yeah, and especially with a team like Xavier, they find that weakness and they exploit it, and that is exactly what they did.
Yeah, I mean, it was going so well for NEX, and they started to use this Monty as a distraction. If anything, I think they could have just started rotating back to site earlier once they realized, if they ever realized that the fact that the Monty was a distraction, they should have just been on site looking for the next push. And I suppose their strategy was just to cut them off before they get the site, but if they didn't pay attention to the garage, that's a big entrance you're completely neglecting, and that we see the results quite evidently.
Yeah, and especially when, you know, the last 2 rounds for the Lockers attack, Producer Boom had been pushing that garage, so it's interesting to see them leave that, you know, completely no utility or anything in the garage, and no one on site, you know? Like, yes, you got people in servers, which is close to site, but you've got 2 guns looking at the Montaigne. And so you got no one watching behind you, and, you know, ultimately that's what cost them the round.
Yeah, completely agreed with you there, Neon. And it does look like now that Xavier are on that defense, they should be able to bring something a little bit different. Maybe NEX are better on attack. Maybe they're an offensive-focused team. But having said that, offense is harder than defense in Rainbow Six, and it's not exactly something that they want to have to be dealing with.
Oh, this is quick.
Oh, man, he just sprays it. I mean, he's got 40 rounds in the V308. Definitely should be able to pull something out and apply that pressure. But as he rotates around quite swiftly, it does look like Hajime is going to try to use that mirror as a point of defense while Lycolas picks up Pew Pew. That's Lion off the board.
Yeah, that line still had 2 EE1Ds left, so, you know, that aggressive play by him, by Pew Pew, didn't pay off, and he lost his life for it. So, next, I'm not sure what was really going on there. The call was, Pew Pew probably just called, I'm going for something. But when you're on the line, you can't really do that. If you're on the Ash, yeah, you can do that because you don't have as much utility. But, you know, didn't work out for the line. They lose those 2 EE1Ds, and that's a huge kill from Xavier early on.
Interesting mirror setup that you don't see quite often, but it does look like it might just pay off for them. I don't think they've used it too much, but double
Healthcare with a beautiful shot, and now he's going to get aggressive as well. But Mistakers is going to, you know, finish him off actually with a beautiful shot.
Claps.
And yeah, as you're saying about that mirror setup, you don't really see that mirror setup that often, but that is also because, you know, you don't see mirror that often anymore in the pro scene. There's a lot of the ban rate for mirror is one of the highest defenders.
Yeah, and Warbark gonna whiff a couple of shots out there, and
you don't like to see it.
No, you don't want to see it. And how have they not taken out Hajime? Hajime's still up. I mean, he's either downed or he's still alive.
Downed.
Yeah, he's down.
He's down.
Okay.
Like Hollis did get. No, it was actually
No,
Scatman
he's up.
One
He's
kill.
up. Yeah.
He's up now. No, he's down. He's down.
Oh,
he's
down.
down.
Oh,
Hajime is down.
Because we only.
So is Kirisaku. And with that dock, Hajime is going to be able to get back up to 75 health, maybe even 100. And they're going to have even more trouble trying to kill this. But the plant is going down from Warbark. Cover from that thermite there. He's only on 20 health though. Faked out the plant, but he's going for it once again. Is he going to stick it this time? C4 coming out. He's going to stick it as a kill from Kirisaku to Hajime, but Producer Boom runs in, gets one, and Scatman finishes off Kirisaku. That is both members of NEX down, and Xavier are going to get themselves a 5th round, and the first defense going towards them.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is the Xavier we like to see. They've won themselves the last 4 rounds, so they might have got themselves in a little bit of a scare there after the first 3 rounds, down 2-1, but, you know, putting 4 on the board in a row just shows that, you know, even if they're a round down, they've lost a couple. They can still get back into it very easily, and healthcare and Lycola's starting to get those kills going down, and it's working for the team.
Warbach on that Thatcher still, and now Mistakers on Capital. So Pew Pew coming in with that Lion wasn't the best idea. I mean, I felt like he should have come in with maybe an Ashe or a Zofia, someone that can bring in instant deconstruction of the enemy's site, especially at the rate and the speed he plays. And it could have paid off really well for them, but losing Lion that early wasn't the best for them, especially for NEX. And maybe that was a bit of a Hail Mary. Like, it's a bit early to call in Hail Marys, and it's a bit early to call in the early loss, but it's also not something you want to have to pull out, you know? I mean, it could have worked out and it could have made them go big, but I don't think so, not this time around at least.
Yeah, and I think what the plan was for him there was, it's only 20 seconds into the round. I'm going to pop the line E1D, make him stand still, and hope that I catch them in a little bit of still setting up. But, not going to work, and produce a boom. I know exactly what he's going for here. He's going to wait for that camera to get destroyed, and then he's going to go for a run out. But I don't think he's going to pay off, as I'm not sure if anyone spawned it. No, there is someone else spawned out there, and Producer Boom's going to go for it, but it's actually a mistake as on cam. Sees him there, and he's going to stay where he is. He's pretty safe there. But now that they know Producer Boom's downstairs, so they're going to have to clear him out as the pulse with the C4. Because the site that we didn't pick up on was Talers.
I don't know why he actually tried that run out when he just could have pulled out his cardiac sensor. Pulling out the cardiac sensor would have been a better choice instead of actually just risking that run out there. But finally he does whip it out, and he sees that there are a couple of operators upstairs just chilling out in the open area. Won't be able to get a C4 onto them, but he might be able to push one real soon.
Yeah, it was possible that Producer Boom was looking for someone on those west windows of lobby, and couldn't see them. Wouldn't have been able to see them with that heartbeat sensor as so far away. But nothing bad happened. And Healthcare is actually going to get the C4 kill onto Pew Pew. So that's the IQ down. Probably through the use of a Valkyrie camera here, as Hajime is going to spray down Kurisaku. Getting very low, but he's going to take a little bit of damage in return as Lycolis takes down Warbach. So that is the Thatcher and the IQ off the board.
And it's looking good for Xavier yet again here on the 8th round of our last matchup here on the Southeast Asian Pro League. NEX have a long way to go and a very steep uphill climb trying to push us through. Mistake is trying to catch anyone in the small loans office, but that's a long way from home, my friend.
Yes, with only 2 members up and one of them extremely low, Mistakers is going to have to make a move. There is a Valkyrie in there. I'm not sure if the drone... I think the drone did see...
Hold on, to the outside, but he might be able to get a wallbang.
Surely he goes for the wallbang. If he knows the Valkyrie, he's going to go for the wallbang. Alex going to take a very, very low... Oh, he's going to... Surely he goes for the... Is he going for a run out there? I don't know, but Lycolis is going to be there to support as Healthcare does stick in the safe quarter as Kurisaku is going to rappel to the roof to try and help out his teammate.
Yeah. Mistakers takes a little bit extra damage, and he didn't need to lose, He could have just taken the stairs.
Yeah. The stairs right next to him, there's a ladder there, but, now both these players not on full health.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, 15 seconds actually. Yeah, didn't even look at the clock. They see the punch hole and the spray's coming through. Not down. They might mistake is just going for a kill here. He gets one. He's still got 4 more to find though. Lycolis gets himself a second kill, and now it's all up to Mistakers here. He's not going to be able to do this. No time. And that's Xavier Esports going on to match point.
I felt like if they rushed the site, it could have worked out better. And it was still the best choice they had, but I suppose they wanted a better KDA.
Yeah. And in the end there's not real... there's 2 of them left. One of them is very low. It's going to be pretty tough. Even if you rush site, you're not going to get a plant down. There's... Well,
they had the aim, They have the aim. They've got the trigger finger for it. But I feel like they wasted too much time trying to pick that one guy out in the loans office. not too sure why he was alone trying to peek that by himself, or even on those windows, because that's not exactly Capital's main job.
No, especially, yeah, you know, Capital is one that uses utility to flush that person out, and he could have done that. He could have, you know, shot one of those firebolts in to try and flush him out, and then shot him when he moves, but wasn't able to do that. He eventually got the kill, but you know, wasted way too much time. And you know, now Xavier on a match point, and they get to go downstairs for it.
And it's going to be a harder time. I mean, they might be able to switch something out. Now that they are on defense and they've had a good time attacking this site so far. I mean, we did see NEX win a very easy, convincing round for this site here. They've actually opened up that hatch, which works both ways for both attackers and defenders. So if you're a defender, it just means that you'll be able to help retake that site. But if you're an attacker and you're trying to push through that lobby, through that server room, you're gonna have a hard time, because in all honesty, it's gonna be like a kill box, you know? Like, if anything, it's gonna be hard to hold. But that really depends on how many roamers you've got going and how many people you have outside the site able to actually capitalize on it. But Pew Pew picks up that mirror quite easily, and that's a fantastic sacrifice for a shock drone.
Yeah, that is the main job of the shock drone, though it can get the evilized now as well, so there obviously is no Maestro on the board. As it looks like do we have any roamers for Xavier? Does not look like it. Looks like there's going to be 5 on site. Producer Boom's going to make his way back down towards site. And they are bringing the mirror, which is, you know, when she's unbanned, very good on this site.
Yeah. Completely 100% agree. Minnie Mouse has turned up quite big on this map before. Hasn't had the chance to just yet. Don't think he's very high in there in points, utility, or frags. But Healthcare does spot out quite a few players just on drones, and he might be able to capitalize on this just soon enough. A couple of members from NEX upstairs trying to open these hatches up, and they might just be able to get it going, but I'm not too sure if anyone's there to deny. Lycolis won't be able to deny anything, but they've opened the foothold, and he might get caught out from that angle just there. Ooh. Takes a couple of shots from Lycolis hiding behind the tray, and the very interesting line of sight created on that second wall. Kisaku might go and put this plant down, bait out a C4, but we're unsure of how it's going to play out so far. Producer Boom's not on that cardiac sensor, dude.
This is where the game of utility versus plant goes, as there is a possibility for 5 C4s on the defensive side. All operators are able to have C4s. As the plant is going down, Lycolis, 1 C4 used, gets 1 kill. That's probably pretty good if they have 5 of them. We'll work out, but Healthcare is offside. Might be going for a massive flank here, as Mistakers is going to get 1. C4 is coming out, and Producer Boom is going to get the C4 as Pew Pew takes down Hajime. So Healthcare going to get 1 on the flank on Mistakers, so now he's got control of the hatch above. Warbuck is there though, and he's going to actually get taken down. Healthcare's going to blow the C4 up, but no, he's going to leave the man down. It's all up to Pew Pew. He manages to take down Healthcare, but he's got to find 2 more, and his mate Warbuck is on the floor.
So he's pretty much alone.
He's got to go for the frags here. He doesn't hold the diffuser, but you know, against 2 operators, one with a cardiac sensor who's probably spotting him at the moment. He's just around this corner here. He's going to get the first one. He's going to find the second one. He's got 5 seconds to go. And Pew Pew clutches it out against Producer Boom and Scatman.
Against all odds.
Keeping Esports in the match.
Absolutely crazy. Neon, what do we want? What? Pew Pew. Oh man. Okay, if anyone on NEX can do it, it's Pew Pew and Minnie Mouse, in my opinion. But wow. Okay. Just. I mean, what a way to save that and clutch that round, keep you in the game for just a little bit longer. They were a match point and they were not having a good time, but showing that they still have a chance of winning. Xavier proving to be still the #1 team in Thailand and the Southeast Asian Pro League here.
And it's interesting that we see Xavier go back downstairs to Locker's CCTV. I think the 6-pick from the castle to the pulse is baiting out the fact that they could have gone up to CEO, as at CEO you usually do bring that castle. And because of that, NEX have brought a Blackbeard. which is probably someone you'd see more on that CEO site when compared to lockers.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really see much of Blackbeard these days. I mean, we did see Lasay pick it, and Daxam was playing him, but we didn't see him much on anyone else, I think. If he did get picked up, it didn't make too much of an impact from what I saw. But Healthcare will now be roaming around the map, putting down his black eyes and putting down all those hatches. Scatman trying to find out where these guys are hiding and maybe catch a few drones out as well. But it does look like looks like there are a lot of defenders actually roaming the site. Hopefully they don't make the same mistake NEX did.
Yeah, I don't think they will, as mistake is on this Blackbeard gonna just be, getting that lobby cam. Looks like there is 3, possibly 4 members of Xavier back on site, so only the possibility for a couple of roamers here. And it might actually be all 5 back on site now. No, there is one, looks like maybe in the lobby. No, just around the corner here. And it's actually Producer Boom going to retreat out of open area. Back downstairs, but still playing reasonably aggressive here with that heartbeat sensor out.
Just waiting for the right time. It does look like with so many roamers on the map, they are just trying to cut off and deny as much entry as possible, keep them at bay for as long as they can. But Minnie Mouse is still waiting for orders from the big boys over from NEX. Twitch picks up quite a few members. Might be able to get this mirror here. Producer Boom picks up a kill onto Warbuck, and no, the shock drone gets taken out by Hajime, and they're not having any fun anytime soon. Oh, she's trying to reset him.
He's going to reset him, which, look, Producer Boom was on between 5 and 10 health. This gets him back up to 20 health, so it's possibly worth it,
I mean, it's better than nothing.
It's one more shot from a Twitch drone, but it's still one bullet from any gun.
Yeah, I thought they were just memeing at that one point because he just threw a C4 at his teammate, but no, it was
going for the exact same spot with that Twitch drone. Wow. He's going to get that mirror. So the rotate has been called by the looks of things. The thermite wall has been opened up, and it's just going to be Minnie Mouse in here. As it looked like Kirisaku had rotated around. He has definitely rotated around with that diffuser as Pew Pew is going to be pushing in through the garage here. You will have to contest with an open mirror, but this cam by Healthcare, they know that the Blackbeard is at the top of those main stairs.
There's a bit of a telegraph opening up the mirror and then pushing up that side. I'm not sure. Yeah, he definitely saw him. He won't be able to pick it up with the RNG.
Yeah, no, he saw him.
He definitely saw him with the RNG 11. So Pew Pew as well, prone, will be detected, and they've got a couple of people on site, and they do see them. It does look like Healthcare is going to try and hold that as long as he can, but oh my gosh, Mistakers picks that one up as he pushes through, and the C4 picks up Minnie Mouse in return. Mistakers picks up a nice kill from the backside as well, along with Kirisaku, and they might be able to get this plant down. Producer Boom's all alone. It does look like NEX might be able to pick up another round for themselves. He just gets the diffuser down, and oh no. If he vaulted over and she ran past them, that might have worked out for him, but he was, like we said, super low. It didn't really make a difference.
Yeah. One shot from that Gigan revolver there by Pew Pew, and look, with a 6-4 scoreline here, so NEX looking a lot better, and I'm expecting Xavier, after losing lockers twice, they're going to go somewhere different. Probably Towers, they did very well there, but no, they're going to go back down to lockers once again. It's an interesting call here.
It's still one of the best sites to defend on the map. If they're going to make anything work, it's going to be this. If anything...
Yeah, this was Xavier's third site. They went CEO, Tellers, then lockers. So, all the sites were unlocked from them at this point. So it's interesting to see that they're trying to stick out these lockers. They're using the possible 5 C4s here, and it hasn't worked out for them twice. One of them obviously was a clutch by Pew Pew, but last round it was a 1v3 at the end. He managed to get the one, but couldn't get 2 more. So be interesting to see how Xavier play this one, if they have more of an off-site presence or not.
Yeah, they might be able to, but it does look like Hajime does stick onto that mirror. They're going to keep going with that same strategy and maybe just change around their positioning, because I felt like there wasn't enough attention on the main stairs, and they all kind of got tunnel visioned onto Pew Pew over in the garage, but nothing other than that pushing up forward. So Producer Boom with the cardiac sensor should be able to bring in a little bit more bring in the same intel that he has been so far, but I feel like it's just not enough.
Yeah, and we see Xavier here. They're bringing at least 4 C4s that I've seen. If Scatman's got the C4 as well, it's 5 C4s. So plenty of plant denial, considering the Echo and the Smoke are both off the board, which is another reason why I thought that Xavier might go to a different site, as there's a lot less plant denial than usual. There we do see Kurosaki pushing into this open area, possibly going to try and open these hatches, but once again, no Hibana. And for downstairs, you know, if you want to open those hatches, you need the Hibana and you need the Thermite to open these walls, but looks like Xavier are doing the next strategy here, having the Legion, not the Legion, sorry, having the Kaid and I don't know who was with him, having 2 players in that server room.
Yeah, definitely. Does look like Kurosaki goes for the pre-fire. Doesn't seem like anyone's there. Gets the plant on the exthermic down, and he will be pushing up through. Couple of calls calling for someone over by the elevators, and he does put a little bit of pre-fire as they... Okay. Producer Boom obviously been droned out. They know where he is. And surely they should be able to flush him out with a couple of flashbangs. Pew Pew's actually by the tunnels as well, and Lycolis catches him out as he tries to get Producer Boom on the rotation. So good job picking that one up, and it does look like they will be able to push on through even further. So nothing on the radars except for the one above the blue stairs, and it does look like Kurosaki has a little bit more work to do before he can actually get that hatch open, Neon.
Yes, and with only a minute to go, NEX are going to have to make a play, and Xavier's got Producer Boom here for Xavier. It's got 2 of these players on this cardiac sensor, and there's no one in tunnel. So they're going to have to contest the 2 players in server. They know that there's no one playing close due to that lifeline, but Producer Boom's going to take down Warbuck. That is the one in tunnel, and now he's going to get really aggressive here. You know, he's going to back off. He still has that Nitro Cell in hand. It's like Lycolis has been concussed here, but he's got help. And you need to stand up like Lycolis. Kurosaki takes down one, and Minnie Mouse, what a flick onto Producer Boom.
Nice.
And now it's down to a 3v3 with 30 seconds to go, but there's still, you know, 3 C4s coming out for Xavier. 20 seconds, they need to get this diffuser down, but they have the Capitao Firebolts to deny some of this.
They might be able to, a couple of smoke arrows. C4 goes out, won't be able to be popped just yet. Hajime picks up a nice kill on the Mistakers, and the second of the Mini Mouse. Now the C4 goes out, denied again with the kill. It does look like the shotgun from Xavier brings that in, winning the second map in this series here. Neon, what a fantastic matchup we've had between NEX and Xavier so far.
Yes, that one 7-4, much closer. That's what we'd like to see here.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely a better showing from NEX coming through. So they had found their pace, and eventually they brought in that better matchup.
Yeah, and it just shows that NEX, you know, they played pretty poorly on the first map, I'm going to say. But it was also Xavier playing very well. It just shows that they can bounce back. Yes, they didn't win the second map, but they got, you know, 7-4. That's a lot closer than I thought they would. I said at the start of the start of the match, I said 7-3 this map, but I thought even